guys, it's Libby and welcome to my November wrap-up. Oh my god, I have done such a good job of not reading books this month. This video is gonna go like that. In November, I read 1 play and then 5 graphic novels, which are all part of the same series, so I can talk about all of them together. I did get most of the way through the Thomas Hardy novel, The Hand of Ethelberta, because, well, I had read Jude the Obscure for Victober, and like, if you read one Hardy, you might as well read 2 Hardys. So I was trying to get through that, but then I had the flu over the weekend, and for, Thursday through Sunday, I was kind of done, and all I wanted to do was watch Elementary and do some blackwork embroidery. Here's my sampler, and yes, it is still called blackwork even when you do it in red. So The Hand of Ethelberta will have to be wrapped up in December. But to start off with, I read All's Well That Ends Well by William Shakespeare. This was the Bard Book Club book, and so it got its own video where I sort of did a walkthrough of the thoughts that I had as I read it. It's about a woman who's in love with an asshole, and then it all works out. 4 stars! Then the 5 graphic novels that I read were all in the Barriers series, which is written by Brian K. Vaughan with art by Marcos Martin and color by Muntsa, Vicente? When in doubt, just go full Italian. These came to my attention because Maya maybe talked about them or maybe added them to her TBR shelf on Goodreads, and I noticed that, and I also noticed that these books are available for pay what you want, including $0. So I went and I figured, try a book for free, and then if you like it, you can give the money afterwards. I will leave the link below to where you can get all 5 Barriers for pay what you want. So this is a sci-fi graphic novel that came out in 2015 and is presumably set at that time. One of our main characters is Liddy, who is a Texas rancher, and one day she finds the horribly mutilated corpse of one of her horses, which she assumes is a sign from one of the drug cartels that they are going to be moving across her ranch and don't mess with us, or this could happen to more of your horses, or even to you. And our other main character is Oscar, who is from San Pedro Sula in Honduras, which at the time of writing was the murder capital of the world, although murder capital of the world has now moved to Caracas. Congratulations, Caracas. So he is attempting to flee to the United States. Everything gets a bit messy, and he ends up on Liddy's ranch. She finds him, thinks he's from the cartel, but before anything can happen, they both get abducted by aliens. And oh no, now they have to work together to get back to Earth in one piece, despite the cultural and language barriers. Let's talk about the language barrier for a second, because this is a bilingual comic. All of the scenes in Honduras are written in Spanish, and Oscar doesn't really speak English, and Liddy doesn't really speak Spanish, so he speaks to her in Spanish and she responds in English, and they kind of understand enough to make things work. I also do not really speak Spanish. I do know French and Latin and un pochissimo Italiano, so I found that I was able to stumble my way through the Spanish scenes without looking up too many words. There were a couple of bits of dialogue in the flashback scenes that I really wanted to understand so I could understand why Oscar was leaving. So I did translate those, and I just went to Google Translate and put it in and got the translation. But yeah, for the most part, I don't think you have to speak Spanish to read this. It's a graphic novel, so the imagery will tell you a lot of what's happening, and whenever Oscar is talking with Liddy, she's speaking in English, so you can get the English half of the conversation, and from that it's pretty easy to fill in the Spanish half. Now, since there are 5 different issues, I rated 1, 2, and 4 5 stars. I rated 3 4 stars. I rated issue 3 4 stars because I think it was just because in the middle it was a little bit draggy. It wasn't quite as oh my god, this is amazing as the other scenes. And then the final one I also rated 4 stars because the very ending did not provide a lot of closure, and it left me kind of dissatisfied. I was where is the more? But even with that caveat, I would highly recommend this series. And with that, I'm done with this video. That was fast. See you guys soon.